Welcome again. So a lot of people ask me why I like the Feinwerkbau guns so much. Not that I have any hatred towards Walther or Anschutz. I love each and every gun, but I really enjoy servicing a Feinwerkbau or owning a Feinwerkbau because it's always been there with me for a very long time. So the main reason for that is simplicity in the design of the gun. When I say how it looks, it might look a little complicated than Walther from outside, structural wise, and settings wise. Yes, a lot of people do struggle with setting a Feinwerkbau gun as compared to a Walther gun. Coaches feel it's very easier to use a Walther gun for settings as compared to Feinwerkbau. So a lot of preferences given for Walther, but accuracy wise or let's say performance wise, recoil, everything is Feinwerkbau is just phenomenal weapon, and I've been having these guns for a very long time now and shooting with them for a very long time. The real reason, as I said, what drives me towards Feinwerkbau is the simplicity in the designing of the operation part of the gun, okay, operational end of the gun. So that is here. Yeah. So now you know the barrel and the cylinder, the housing, and the bolt. Okay. So when you separate them, take the bolt off. How the gun works. So everything is visible in this housing. So if somebody has to explain how a gun operates, which I've already done several times, you can look up the pistol manual trigger video. You will get the entire concept is explained there in that video, and this is the same. And the beauty of this is everything is visible right in the eye. Okay, so that's the simplicity of this gun. And trigger settings, you can never go wrong because you're absolutely eyeing the trigger settings. Okay, you know, if you move this screw, what's happening, if you move that screw, what's happening, if you move this screw, if you move this screw, you know exactly what's happening with the trigger settings. So you simply can't go wrong with the trigger settings in Feinwerkbau. And the first stage and second stage, you know, knobs on this either side, they're just absolutely beautiful how the whole thing is designed, and easy to service also, to be very honest. A lot easier to service than any other weapon that I've serviced. So it's a beautiful gun. Thing is, we need to just try to keep it clean as much as possible, and always there's dust accumulation every now and then, and it's the same with any gun. With this gun, it is a lot more easier to visually see things and clean up. It's not really difficult. So I always use a bit of thinner, go around the corners, clearing up all the dust that's accumulated. And luckily in this gun it's not much, it's a personal gun. The rest of the cleaning is done anyways. The bolt is clean. The bolt had a small issue that it was not loading. It's a very tiny issue, so resolved that issue, and now I'm just assembling it back. So accuracy wise, if you know, the Americans and the Chinese prefer using Feinwerkbau rifles in competitions, and they have asserted their dominance, several Olympic medals for this particular rifle. So no questioning the accuracy of the gun. So if anybody questions the accuracy of the gun, they only have to look into the competitions that have happened in the past, and even the World Cups. See how Chinese and Americans have dominated this particular weapon against Walthers. Walther again is a phenomenal weapon, but somehow my heart always stays with Feinwerkbau because it's more of a personal weapon. Like I like Pardini more than Morinier style. Similarly, I like Feinwerkbau. It is somewhere close to art. Maybe because I use the gun personally, so that could be a reason. Initial days of learning. So that's about the gun. And how it operates here is very nice. You see, bolt has a hole here, okay, and the absorber is inside this. Absorber is a metal part. See that moving? Yeah, that's the metal part. Absorber inside, okay, that's a metal rod. So the air comes out, the hammer pin here strikes the valve of the regulator. When that strikes, air is released upwards through this hole, okay, and the hammer pin strikes this. I can just show you a small example. If I tap it here gently, you'll see a puff of air come there. It shook the phone there. So the puff of air comes out. When the hammer pin strikes this, it comes upwards there, and that enters the bolt through this hole, okay, which is slit and closing here. Okay, once it enters the air goes in two directions. One, to push the pellet out through this hole in the front. Two, when it goes, a bit of air goes back, which pushes the rod, the absorber rod behind. When that happens, the whole entire recoil of the gun is absorbed by this metal rod movement. So beautiful gun, settings very simple, very logical to understand, uncomplicated gun. So there you go. That's why I like Feinwerkbau guns so much. See you. Cheers.
To spread the joy of shooting, always ensure you're following the safety rules. Always point the gun in the safe direction. Second, treat the gun as always loaded. 3, use safety flag wherever it's necessary and even if it's not necessary. Happy shooting.